Hey, good morning. Yesterday's shoot of the Iconics, well pleased. I've been looking at some of the comments on YouTube. Very funny. Danny's started off something. I think there's a new club going on. Who's going to get on first? At the moment, Danny's winning with his little Willie. Pete he's joined in. He came second, and poor old Kev with the huge one came third. They really make me laugh. What they do, what they say. There's one comment here. First, Urban Fox Paul. He writes and says, "What new rifle have you in mind?" Well, I think I've got two. I like the Crown K, the small carbine, but also I like the look of the Snow Peak M60. Not really, I mean, I've only seen them on YouTube. I go for looks. Like when I bought the Iconics, I liked the look of the Iconics. Okay, when I first got it, it shot well. It didn't shoot all that good, did it? I don't really go on people's what they say about the rifle in a way of shooting them, in a way of how consistent they are for I just can't think anyway. All I'm saying is I like the look, and for me the shooting of the rifle comes second. Looks come first and the shooting comes second. If it doesn't please me in the way they shoot, well then I strip it down and trying to make it better. Anyway, they're the two rifles, Paul, I'm looking at the moment. Well, not at the moment, they're just the two rifles what I like. I especially like the Snow Peak, the way it looks, like a skeleton. There are a few rifles more that I do like, but they've got bottles attached to them, and I don't like a bottle. I'd rather have a cylinder, air cylinder. So I've counted them out. Another remark was from John Cuthbertson. He said about, it would have been educational if I made the video of the strip down on the Iconics, doing the trigger and also replacing the barrel, but he didn't mention that, but I know what he meant. Well, I didn't really mean to do a strip down. All I was doing at the time with the Iconics was cleaning it and had to box it up. Then one thing led to another. I got the screwdriver set out, started stripping it down, and it went on from there. I had the camera with me, well, because it's a mobile phone, but I wasn't planning to strip it down. It was just one of those things what happened, and of course I didn't video it. But there will be videos in the future, I imagine, of me stripping down rifles, Anyway, and all the other comics, Kev, Pete, Danny, mentioned about first place, second place and third place and that. Very, very funny. Anyway, today I'm not quite sure what I'm going to shoot at. I don't even know what rifle I'm going to use. At the moment my mind's a blank, and yeah, just have to wait until I get outside and see what I've got with me. Anyway, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Just have to wait until I get outside. Then we'll see what I'm going to shoot at. Okay, by then I might have something in my mind. I'll see you later. Bye. Right, good morning. Fun little shoot today. The Red Rider, the BB. I'm not quite sure how many shots I got in there, but I've got a target. I think it's 7 yards. So let's see how this performs, or how I perform at 7 yards. Well, I hit the target, but I don't know, don't know where it went. What I'm trying to do is aim at the middle bullseye. I've got a camera down now, so really don't know where they're going. Okay, I'll go for the left hand bullseye, which the middle. I saw Painted Pepper mucking about with this, and it reminded me. Of course, I've had it hanging on the shed wall for years, and I only ever shot it quite a few times, but anyway. But it's certainly hitting a target, and what I've done on this kind of the back end, it's in one of those metal plate things where you drop the target in, and I've cut out some sort of foam and stuck it in with some plumber's seal, whatever it's called, so it don't ricochet, so the BBs don't ricochet back. Okay, so I'm going to go for the right hand middle target. As I say, I don't know where they're going, so all this is pot luck, yeah. Right, middle bottom. Well, at least it's hitting the target anyway, so I don't know how many BBs this holds, but it holds quite a lot, yeah. I don't really say. Right. Of course, they're not an accurate little gun anyway, so that was the last shot. Oh, I don't know. Sounds like I've got one left, but I don't know. No, that was the last shot. Okay. Right, next bit of fun, which I'm not going to shoot, is the 1911. Now the 1911 is a full stripped down gun. In principle this is built the same as a real one, but you know, of course it's not, it's a BB. And as it's built as a new one, you can do a field strip down. First, remove your magazine. Make sure there's no pellet in there. And then this is a little bit of a tricky bit, because you're trying to get this pin out. This pin, which goes here. Once that pin comes out, you can slide the whole unit off, so it leaves the trigger and the handle. Now you've got this unit, and all this needs to be kept clean, because inside there, inside this part here, if there's a speck of dirt, it could jam the whole mechanism, even if it's a real gun. So now you've got it like this. Release that spring and take the whole unit out. Okay. Now you can just twist this front and that comes off. And now you can slide this main recoil spring back and bring out the barrel. So now that's completely empty. And as I say, you need to keep all this nice and clean. And how long did that take? Not long. So reassembly is really in about 7 steps. You've got this, the slider, your barrel that drops in, then you've got your spring for your top part. I'll do that again because that was off camera. You got your spring which slides in, this part locates onto this pin like so. Okay, so that's step 2. First step was the barrel, second step was putting that in. Now the third step is putting your spring in, the recoil spring. Your fourth step is putting your cap back on by pressing that little button. By pressing that little button down there, you can slide your cap in and over. So that's all locked in place. Your fifth step is to slide that back on. Okay. And now your last step is to locate this pin into the hole. Like so. And that's it. 6 steps. Now you can put your magazine and that clips in to load it. Now it's loaded. And now to shoot it. Now you don't have to keep recoiling it, you just fire it until all the pellets or ball bearings or whatever you want to call them are gone. Great fun, great fun. That was last shot. Last shot keeps it open, see it? Out comes your magazine and all your pellets are gone. To release it, you got that, and it's released. Because it's last shot open. Take your magazine out, release it. That's it. But always check that there's not a bullet or a BB or a pellet in there. Right, I'm just going to get that target. Strangely enough, I got one bullseye. Dear me. Look at that middle. That's a BB shot. All the really small holes are BBs, and all the larger holes are the 177 pellet, which I fired off the rifle. Yeah? But that's a dead centre bullseye. Dear me. Was that luck or judgment? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, fantastic. But do the strip down again slowly, okay? Right, first of all, you've got a little digit there, see it? Very small, and you've got a big one. Now what you've got to do is bring that small one right at the back, like so. So you've got to hold it. So let me turn it round and hold it. So I'm holding that, and now I'm just pressing on this little button just here to lift up to take out that pin. Okay, so the pin's gone, and now I can release that, and I can slide the whole unit off. Okay, so when you're cleaning it, you make sure that everything you see is dust free. Now the slider and barrel, what we do, to start off, we take this spring out, and by doing that you pull that plunger off that little lobe, and you take it completely out. It comes out in 3 parts. So it's that part, this top part, what goes inside the spring, and the spring itself. Now you can see the recoil spring just there. So to release that, you get the front and you just twist it round and pull. I'll do that again. You get the front, you just twist it round and pull the top end off. You can push it forward by doing that. And that's your barrel. And your spring out. All this is empty. apart from this unit here, see it? Now that unit there, you must try and keep clean at all times. And if you need to get that out, you need to undo that grub screw there, that Allen key. Right, so to replace it, you put the barrel in. Hang on. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'll take the barrel back out. I'm out of location here. Right, okay, let's click back. Now you've got to make sure that this part here is clicked right back. Now you can put the barrel and spring back in. Okay. You can now put the locate in. Now you have it like that. Push it down and just twist it. That now locks the barrel in. You put your first part in the hole. That drops in. You now get the spring and the top part, and you just compress it so it can locate onto that pin. Okay, that's located and that's all in. Everything's locked into place. Now you can slide this unit on. And you can pull it back and just hold it. And this is the final part, the locating pin. You just put that in and press it down. And that's it. Okay. You can put your, although I've got no magazine in, no pellets in there, drop on your, put in your magazine. Of course it's open because there's no pellet, so it's not going to fire. Okay, all apart from that, that's the only way you can make it fire. But it opens on, it locks in place because there's no pellets. Yeah, and that's what's known as a field strip down. As I say, always make sure that there's nothing in the breech. So do you want to go over it one more time? Might as well. Push it back to that little notch on that side of the lever. Just hold it with your finger. Push the button through. Push the button through and take that pin out. And now you can release it and take your slider off. Right, that's step one, or step two. Okay, that's the first step. Taking it off, this would be the second step. Third step is removing your spring and spring holder. Fourth step is releasing the top part, and now the fifth step is taking out the barrel and spring. 6 steps, easy. Okay, so Add that at the side, push that in, just twist it. That's your first and second step. Your third step, putting your spring in. That's your fourth step. Compressing it and putting it onto locating leg. So it looks like that. Your fifth step is getting hold of that and sliding that back on. And your last step is putting your pin back in. Okay, that's it. You just load up your magazine, put your air cylinder in, load it. Of course, it'll stay open like that because you've got no pellets in the magazine. But by pressing that down, just releases it. So, yeah, what can I say? They're well worth the money and it's good fun. Absolutely good fun, you know. I'll get rid of this gas. There's going to be quite a bit of gas in there. Never have gas in the magazine. Okay, so there's two what needs to be at 7 yards. You can 7 or 10 yards. You could have plenty of fun with this. All you got to do is make sure that when you're shooting a BB, you either wear glasses or you've got something to stop the ricochet, which I did. And look at that bullseye. Look at that bullseye. Dear me. I'll keep that in here. Yeah. Good fun. As I say, there was 9 and now there's only 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 air canisters. Even if you don't shoot it, it's just stripping it down. You know, playing about, stripping it down. Great fun, great fun. Right, that's the end of the video and I will see you later. I think I've something else I can shoot at tomorrow, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, see you later on. Bye.